Good morning, just hanging out at the southern terminus of the Centennial Trail. So over the next 8 days, I'll be exploring from here northbound about 125 miles to Bear Butte. So let's kick it off. All right, 10 a.m. Day one, here we go. Not take long to find our first bison. Look at this boy coming up the trail. I think it's time for me to get off the trail. First little bushwhack of the trip to avoid big old bison that's down in there. Keep moving, buddy. Let that big boy move by and then I'll be on the way. I'm already impressed with the Centennial Trail. It's really more dynamic than I thought. You got all these really cool cliffs everywhere as I go through wind caves. Part of why I chose to do this trail was to get out of grizzly country for a trip and let my guard down a little bit so I could just sleep at night soundly. But ran into my first bull bison already, so I'm gonna have to keep my eyes out for those guys. And big guy was just walking right down the trail, lumbering. He definitely noticed me, but kept my distance, and I think he was just kind of on the move, just going down the trail. But definitely a little jumpier now. Keep your eyes out for bison. Hiking through like prairie dog town there, all going crazy, sounding the alarm as I walk through. There's probably hundreds of them all around. About to take a little break. I was about to hit the 4 mile mark, and right at the 4 mile mark got this whole herd of like 30-40 bison just chilling. So kind of went out and around them, making my way kind of safely far away from them as I skirt around. They're definitely aware of me, like there's cows and some bulls are kind of looking at me, but better safe than sorry, keeping my distance. just did a big loop around the outside of them, and once I get back to the trail, then I'll take a little break. Little dicey with all these bison out here. I kind of got in the middle of the herd for a sec, so I was like, had to kind of back out. I didn't want to be in between the herd, so backed out and went around, and now they're all kind of heading the same direction. Back over here, I saw a couple coyotes over there too, kind of hanging out. Pretty cool. Pretty dark clouds the way I'm going. Looks like they might be walking right into the rain. Let's see. About 6 miles into the day, just made it into Custer State Park, which is exciting. I'm officially seeing some of the 89 trail markers now. I'm taking the first break, so another 9 miles or so to go for today, but I'm going to take a break and eat some cheese. Here comes the rain. Alrighty, Spotty. I think I'm about 10 miles in for the day. I stopped at this little creek. It's called Flynn Creek, which is first filtered water of the trip. I only drank 2 liters to get the first 10 miles today. It rained a lot. I usually drink less water when it starts to dump, so I got pretty soaked, but things are, it's cleared up a bit. There's still kind of like a few dark clouds, but things are good. I'm feeling pretty good. Definitely day one, like tired. I got to break the body in, get everything used to the, mostly it's the bottoms of my feet, honestly, kind of hurt a little bit, but that's how it goes on day one. About 5 miles from where I plan on camping. So after I have my afternoon coffee, hopefully bang out those 5 miles and get there so I can do a little relaxing this evening. Hopefully I get there by, I don't know, before 6 so I can relax a little bit. But first day is going pretty well, and it feels good to be on the trail. Almost there. Taking one final break. Found this nice shady spot in this stand of ponderosa pines, and I've got probably less than 2 miles, I think like 1.5 miles, and I'll be at French Creek Horse Camp for the night. Good evening. Just wrapping up day one. Made it to French Creek Horse Camp. It's kind of cool, like very nice, well manicured lawns here. It's like big time equestrian campground. But got my tent set up next to the creek, met a couple other hikers, and had dinner and on beat. So I'm gonna jump in the tent, stretch out, and get some sleep. Good morning. Day 2. Quite a storm last night. There was a bunch of thunder and lightning, so everything's kind of soaked, but probably let things dry out a little bit and then get moving. Plan for today is to do about the same as yesterday, about 15 miles in so far, probably do another 15 today, and hopefully be pretty close to Mount Rushmore. So late today or early tomorrow I can rush in there and take a look, rush into Rushmore. Got the shorts wet. Honestly, the trail's been pretty easy up to this point, but got a nice steep rocky climb that I'm going up right now. It's like an old road. It's almost like walking up a creek bed, but one step at a time. Just cruising along. I think I'm probably about 4.5 miles in for the day. I was considering there's an alternate route that swings me by Legion Lake Lodge, which wouldn't be a bad place to swing through and get a cold drink if they're open. It's Memorial Day, so I'd assume they're open for the holiday weekend. So I might check that out and take a break. It'd be nice to set the socks out and dry out the socks and the shoes a little bit. This morning the grass was so wet that everything got soaked, even though it wasn't actually raining, just all the moisture from the grass just completely drenched my shoes and my socks. So it'd be good to dry out my tent as well. So we'll see. I'm probably about half a mile away from that lodge. Made it to Legion Lake, and the store is open, so I got a couple drinks, chocolate milk and a Gatorade. I'm having a little snack, and I'll hit the trail. Just got into the Black Elk Wilderness. So far for today, I've gone, I think, right around 13 miles. I've got another 4 to go, which will get me at a spot where I'm right at the side trail to Mount Rushmore. So I haven't decided yet, but the plan will be either set up camp right at that junction or near that junction by a little place called Grizzly Creek, and go into Rushmore tonight and maybe grab a burger. Word on the street, the burger is crap, but still probably pretty good. And then the other option would be to go first thing in the morning to Rushmore, which might be the right call just because today's Memorial Day and I'm not just gonna be super busy there today, but I've got 4 miles to decide, so that's the plan for now. Just got my first glimpse of Rushmore, which is pretty cool.
Good evening, just wrapping up day 2. Pushed on a little bit today, ended up doing 17 miles, and I'm camped next to a little creek called Grizzly Creek, and made it to kind of where I'd hoped to make it. I'm within about a half mile of the spur trail that goes to Mount Rushmore, and I decided to kind of chill this evening. I'm about to have dinner, and then I'll do the spur trail to Rushmore first thing in the morning tomorrow. So kind of strategically thinking I could get a hot coffee and maybe take advantage of a bathroom after that. So that's my thought for tomorrow morning, and then another 15 miles or so. So I'm gonna just relax, jump in the tent, do a little stretching, and get some food.